Now, Ukraine says Russian strikes hit several regions across the country on Tuesday, including the western hub of Lviv. Lviv's mayor said the strikes had damaged 3 power substations and 2 water pump stations, injuring 2 and cutting off electricity in some areas. Ukrainian authorities say Russian rockets struck the Mariupol steel plant, where some civilians still remain, and the mountainous region of Transcarpathia, which borders Hungary and Slovakia, was also hit. Russia's defense ministry claimed its forces had struck a military airfield near Odesa, destroying military aid supplied to Ukraine by the West. However, Ukraine say 3 missiles targeted the Odesa region and all were intercepted. And tit-for-tat economic sanctions following Russia's offensive in Ukraine. President Vladimir Putin has signed a decree paving the way for further sanctions against the West. And the decree will likely see a halt on exports of Russian goods and raw materials. Now, William Denslow has more from Riga, Latvia.
The message from Russian President Vladimir Putin is that these steps being taken against because of unfriendly actions from unfriendly entities as well as nations. Now, we don't know exactly who is included in this latest round of Russian sanctions, but we believe that over the next 10 days, a list will be compiled. So we'll have more in the coming days as that information is released. What we do know is that it will essentially block the ability to export goods as well as raw materials to those nations that are included in this latest sanctions list. This, of course, comes as the European Union is preparing another tranche, the 6th round of sanctions against Russia, this time, of course, including it's likely those critical blocking of oil coming from Moscow as well. Very significant indeed as far as the European Union is concerned. It also comes as the United States, according to President Joe Biden, is making moves to seize Russian assets, including essentially goods belonging to oligarchs. That has prompted, as you might imagine, a very strong message from the Kremlin saying that that sets a dangerous precedent.
Now, the EU's new package of sanctions on Russian oil has been met with concern as several member states seek exemptions. And the Commission's proposal will phase in a ban on Russian oil imports over the next 6 to 8 months. And ambassadors from 27 member states will meet on Wednesday to discuss the plan, which needs unanimous approval to go into effect. And Hungary and Slovakia are allowed to extend it time due to their dependence on Russian fuel, but experts say it could take several years to fully replace Russian oil. Meanwhile, AFP reports that Bulgaria and the Czech Republic could also seek sanctions opt-outs. And Russian President Vladimir Putin and his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron have again spoken on the phone over the situation in Ukraine. And in Tuesday's call, Putin said the West should stop supplying weapons to Kyiv. And he also accused the Ukrainian forces of allegedly committing war crimes while the EU is ignoring them. And the Kremlin quoted Putin as saying Russia is still open to dialogue. And Macron expressed concern over civilian evacuations in Mariupol and the conflict's impact global food security. Putin noted that Western sanctions against Russia are the main reason for the worsening food supply situation. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden visited the Lockheed Martin factory in Alabama and thanked workers for making weapons for Ukraine.